Hello YouTube, this is going to be pretty unscripted, but I wanted to do a review of the Twilight Squad Logistics. The Twilight Squad Logistics is very powerful, can probably be put onto any team. I would highly advise that you start building this logistics because the resistance down that it comes with is very powerful. However, there are some inconsistencies with how its set bonuses work. And I just want to cover some tests that I did, so maybe you guys don't make the wrong decision, or maybe have a theory in mind of what could work, what could not work. So I'm just gonna show you guys some things that I found, and then we'll go from there. But before anything else, I just want to let you guys know that I personally think you should build this, but there's a couple things in mind, and you're probably gonna want to know this information before investing into it. Okay, so Twilight Squad over here increases active skill damage by 24% on the right side here, right? I think I can zoom in here, can I? Ooh, cool. And then also at your 3 set effect, it will do resistance down to the type of damage that you attack with, right? So for example, if you use Frisia's skill, it would lower thermal resistance. Makes sense, right? Some people are kind of wondering if auxiliary units work in this case. So auxiliary units being like Xingjing's right here, turrets that drop. You have another example like Life and her drones. And you also even have Shirno, who summons a giant ultimate beast called Velaberg that attacks for her. That's also considered auxiliary damage as well, because it's like a summon type entity that attacks. It even raises up her auxiliary damage right over here on her neuron skills. So I have 2 sets of Twilight Squad that I like to use. I actually built 2 sets, just level 9. And I'm going to show you guys what I found between these particular type of characters. Now, I can't do Life here right away because I only have 2 sets, but I'll show you what I found. Okay, so we're going to start this match here. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to test Xingjing's turret skill, right? This is an auxiliary type attack. It attacks on its own, and we're going to see if it lowers resistance. Alright, I'm gonna put this drone down right here. Oop, have some damage here. And as you can see, when it does attack, you can see the debuff icon on top of it, which is pretty nice for her. Honestly, you could put 3 of these down too, and almost make a permanent debuff for electricity. That's pretty strong. I like that a lot, right? But let's go over to Shirno's ultimate here. Because Shirno's, the only auxiliary type thing she has is her ultimate. Like her other skills aren't auxiliary based at all. So we're gonna summon Velaberg here, one of my favorite ults in the game, right? And she's gonna go and do her thing. And as you can see here, when he attacks, or she attacks, like it's not lowering resistance at all, right? You would think with how frequently this thing attacks, it would also lower resistance, but it doesn't look like it's doing that, right? It's kind of just attacking, and it's just not lowering any chaos type of resistance at all. So I'm not sure that's a bug or not, but it definitely doesn't work with her. So if you were planning on using her Twilight Logistics for her ultimate, don't do that, because that doesn't work, right? No, we know. So I'm going to showcase 2 more characters here. We're going to do Life and Enya. There we go. Okay, so now I have Life and Enya on the field here. I want to show something else with her. So Life has a drone that follows her around and shoots. She can also summon more to attack for her. These count as auxiliary units, summon type entities similar to Xingjing and Shirno's ultimate, right? So we're gonna see if that lowers skill damage, or not skill damage, I'm sorry, electric resistance, right? I also put Enya on here as well. Enya has a special kind of support skill where she throws a sticky mud bomb on an enemy. And I want to showcase how that works in particular, because that's pretty interesting as well. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to do Enya. Enya will throw a sticky mud bomb on an enemy here. Right? Let's see. We got that on them. And when you actually shoot it, as you can see there, it does lower their thermal resistance, even though it's like completely off the field, right? I'm pretty sure that can stay on an enemy for 10 seconds in total. I think it can stay on them for a very long time. You can just keep it there. I mean, eventually it's going to blow up and do that damage. So that's cool, right? And yeah, it can lower resistance as well. Really good for Yao Solstice enjoyers. Let's check out Life here. Life has her drone here, the one that she starts out with, and when she attacks, it doesn't exactly lower resistance, right? Kind of strange. If we do this skill, it does lower resistance though. And now, when the drones that she summons, they do not. Oh no, they do. I'm sorry, I just miscounted that. It looks like they do lower resistance actually. That's interesting. But it doesn't look like it's working on all the enemies. That's so strange. It wasn't working on him, but it's working on that one. Interesting, interesting. But I actually don't know how it works on life. Let's try it one more time. So we get the drones out. None of them have resistance down. Alright, looks like that one's gonna die. It doesn't look like it's lower resistance now. I don't know. Oh, there it goes. That's pretty inconsistent. How does that work? It must be a particular attack that the drones have that is lowering resistance. There must be a particular attack that they do in their cycle that lowers it. But their normal attack doesn't do that. That's interesting. So life is a special case where she kind of lowers resistance, but she also doesn't. I'm trying to see what attack that is. That's not any bullets. It's like a laser that it does. Let's see here. Yeah, that one funny laser that it shoots with, that will lower the resistance. That's a little inconsistent though. Just a little inconsistent, right? All right, that's how that works. So, kind of interesting. Anyway, I just want to cover how these characters function with the Twilight Squad. In theory, you would probably run something else with them, but maybe you probably thought, oh, I can passively like debuff something on the side because my auxiliary unit will attack for me, which is a great idea. It does seem like the only case where that works best is definitely Jingjing over here with her little deployments. So that works very well. However, life seems like she's pretty inconsistent with it. Shirano's ultimate just doesn't work with it at all, which is kind of sad. Yeah, that's just something I want to cover. So if you're building Twilight Squad, again, definitely build it. It's definitely like a must-build logistics. You should invest into it. Just keep in mind what character you're going to put it on. And if you had this big, grand idea of it working on these particular characters, unfortunately, it does not work. But I'll keep testing and find out more as I go. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you. I'll probably do more commentate style videos like this in the future. And the Maxter guide is coming soon. Thank you guys for being patient. Those things take work, all right? These character guides take a lot of work. If you want to see my other guides, I'll like put a video up here or something. You want to check them out so you know what you're getting into. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time and take care.